Hi everyone and welcome to English 11 Online Summer 2017. This is a pre-orientation making sure that you're ready for Wednesday's initial meeting and my way of saying hi and welcome to all of you. So please listen carefully to all the information, and if you have any questions, email me or wait until Wednesday. I'd be happy to answer them. So, like these happy penguins there, that's what we're going to be this summer. We're going to be working together collaboratively and enjoying our company. Even though it may be hot outside, we're going to be cool together. Here we go. First thing you need to do is to make sure that you've replied to my welcome email. I do need a working email address both for you and for your parent. And I want to thank the 14 of you that have already done so. But there are still some others that I'm waiting to hear from. Please do so as soon as possible. Second, the more important part for individuals is to check the tech list, making sure that you have all the technical requirements to complete this online summer program. A large number of you have already emailed me a photo of yourself, but if you haven't done so, please do so. We will be using these both for attendance and for sharing information about one another. Next, make sure you log in to your fcpsschools.net account and complete the personal information form I emailed to you. That's really where I find out something not only about you, but your times for preferences, email addresses, and information about your background. It's important that you complete this Google form. Next, make sure you log into Words in their Stories and take the diagnostic test. This is not being graded, just to give you a clue of how well you might be able to do without too much studying. So if you need some extra help, now's the time to learn what you need to do to be successful. Our first day on the 5th of July, you actually have an assignment in Words in their Stories. You might look at the expectations for that and start working ahead. So let's get our protocols established nice and early. These are called Netiquette Basics, and it's important that every single day you sign in to Blackboard Collaborate with your first and last name. So when it says log in, you have to type in not just your first name, not just Valerie or Peter or Mike or whatever it may be, but your full name. And the reason I need to have that is it's important for attendance purposes. Also, many of you have sent me emails, but you haven't signed them. Please be sure that you sign each and every email with your first and last name. Next, on all of your assignment sheets, although you see the assignment sheet knowing it's coming from you, I have many students. So please make sure that you put your first and last name on all your assignment sheets. I want to make sure you get credit for everything you do, and I know that many of you are excited about completing English 11 online, so let's make sure that we work together to achieve that. In our virtual classroom every single day, prior to doing that, we want to make sure that you are organized, so complete the audio setup first. You may want to log in a few minutes early to complete this setup. You must have a microphone to receive full participation credit. So if you don't have one, please borrow one, purchase one, ask a friend for some help, but you need a microphone. Everyone in every Blackboard Collaborate will be contributing to our conversations. And again, just a reminder in terms of netiquette, we ask that you not use the chat feature for anything other than schoolwork. So in the chat box on the bottom of our Blackboard Collaborate, it's only about questions regarding our course. Now, I've emailed the course syllabus to you, and it's also posted in your Blackboard course. So please look it over carefully. Note the attendance, plagiarism, and grading policies, and these will be strictly enforced. We will be using Safe Assign for all assignments. If you haven't done that before, that means that every assignment that's submitted is checked against internet, basically other usage, so all students have to do their own work. You should not be sharing your work with anybody else, and it has to be original work, not from any other source. So please remember, this is your course, your concepts, your ideas, your original work, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about you and reading some of it. But many students are not exactly sure what plagiarism actually means. So let's make sure that you're clear. Plagiarism simply says is that you cannot use anyone else's work as your own. And it says that you said, well, I have the same idea as that person. Well, you really have to make sure that it's your idea and you can't be directly quoted. It can be paraphrased or summarized, but you have to give credit to the source. So please, don't present anyone else's ideas and your own, regardless of whether or not the wording is yours or even a paraphrase. We want your work. If you have any questions about plagiarism and cheating, please check this website. We think it helps clarify precisely what it is. But plagiarism is cheating. It's as if you've taken someone else's, you've stolen someone else's words and ideas and claimed it's your own. We do have some penalties for plagiarism or cheating. The first offense is referral to our administration. Then we follow up with some phone calls to your parents, and the most important part for the first offense is you get a 0 grade for that assignment, unless the assignment is done again. The second offense is much more serious. We have referral to our administration. But the more anxiety-ridden portion is removal from this course. We don't want that to happen to anyone, so just don't plagiarize. In addition, we obviously make phone calls to parents, letting them know of our concern. Simply, just do your work, have some fun. I can assure you, you will all succeed. All reading quizzes or assessments are open book, and that's how I know you can have success. You may use the text, the poem, the story, the novel to check your work. It's open book. You may use any notes that you took while reading, particularly when you read the package file. But here's the clarification. You may not use any other source. You may not ask a friend or a parent or sibling or anyone else for additional help, because an assessment is a test, and what it is a measure of how much you've learned, not someone else. You may not check the internet or any other text other than what is assigned. So simply do your own work, use the open book opportunities for your advantage, and remember, you can always retake a quiz. Email me to make arrangements. Your success is my success. Together, we're going to do this. The pacing guide is posted in Blackboard. This should be used as your daily checklist for every day's assignment. I ask that you download this pacing guide and every single day cross off the assignments, including the readings, as you complete them. The pacing guide is very important for you, so please make sure that you use it. The face-to-face exams are mandatory. We have a writing SOL on July 19th and 20th, time to be determined at Stewart, and we'll let you know which of those dates is for us. We have a final exam on August 1st at 5 p.m. at Stewart. We have a reading SOL on August 2nd, at time to be determined, also at Stewart. These are important elements. You need to make sure that you're there for the final exams, for your SOL test, and most importantly, you complete all the information required on that pacing guide. Let's take a tour of Blackboard for those of you that may not be as familiar with it. Since most of you are FCPS students, this should be pretty commonplace for you. Let's just make sure. You log in using your username and your password, whatever you used for Fairfax County throughout the school year. And our second portion that we're working is not just that, but something called Words in This Story. It's an online vocabulary program. This is the link, www.wordsinthisstories.com. Remember that your username and password is your FCPS student ID. After you've logged in, remember that we use this activity, this Words in This Stories online program, every single day. Weekly vocabulary work, well, at the start of each week, you take a pretest. Each day, you complete 10 word activities. And at the end of each week, you take a post-test. I can assure you that everyone in the past has done extremely well on Words in Their Stories, so be confident, review your words each day, and we'll see what happens at the end of each week. And if you need help, let me know. Some expectations. I know that you may be sitting at home, but you are expected to work 5 to 7 hours per day. The calendar checklist is listed for you. All the material except the quizzes and the daily worksheets are found in the package file. You need to work on the weekends if you are behind, so hopefully you won't be, but if you are, please try to use those to get caught up. The most important sentence you need to remember is all work for a previous week must be completed by Monday at midnight. Once a new week starts, no late work will be accepted for the previous work. So please, make sure that you complete all your work within that week. Remember that a week is actually a quarter during the summer school, so making sure that you complete each quarter before you start the second quarter. If you do not show sufficient progress, and I'm sure all of you will, if you are more than 2 days behind in your schoolwork, and hopefully nobody will be that way, you will be recommended for removal from the summer school course. An administrator will contact you. For me, what I ask is that you communicate, communicate, communicate. The key to your success and my success with you is consistent communication. If you have a question, ask. Email me. We're going to talk about texting later, but for now we'll start with email communication. If anything you want to know, simply ask. Our virtual classroom is tentatively set up from 4:30 to 5:30. I had originally had 4 to 5, but I've had some students express some interest in some later times, and I'm waiting for all of the students to respond to my Google form to finalize the time. So right now we have Wednesday, July 5th, which is our orientation, which will be at 9 a.m. But following that orientation, 4:30 to 5:30 will be right now our sessions. But again, I'll let you know on Wednesday the 5th as soon as I receive all student responses. I will stay after class to answer any questions in the virtual classroom, but I'm also always available to you. So please use our communication tools to ask any questions. Again, all work should be submitted on Blackboard, midnight on the day it is assigned. So for example, day 1 and 2, which is July 5th, the work is due by midnight on July 5th, 11:59 p.m. on July 5th. And most of you who have used Blackboard know that everything is time and date stamped. So it's important that you see the time and the date when you submit your assignments. Work should be uploaded to Blackboard as a Microsoft Word document or a PDF file. You may not use Pages. We can't open it. And if you have an Apple computer, please make sure that you save it as a Word document or a PDF file. Otherwise, I will not be able to read it, and I cannot give you credit for your work. And that's so silly. We want to give you credit for all your hard work. So those of you that are using an Apple, you may not use Pages. I repeat, everything has to be in Microsoft Word or a PDF file. Your final grades will be calculated based on the percentage of total points earned for the course. Each quarter, which is really simply a week, will count as 1/5 of the overall grade, and it goes fast. And the final exam will count as 1/5 of the overall grade. So, week 1, 1/5, week 2, another 1/5, week 3, a third 1/5, week 4, 4th 1/5, and lastly, your final exam, the last 1/5. It's very quick, very intense, but I think very exciting. Please, if for some reason you decide that this is not going to fit your schedule or the other things that you're doing this summer or you've changed your mind, it's important that you request a refund. Today is the day by midnight on July 3rd, you can get a withdrawal fee. You can actually, it's done by midnight, you can get your withdrawal money back. And if you need to request a refund, here is the link. Please make sure that if you can't attend any of the face-to-face exams, that is the SOL exam and the final exams, okay, that again you request a refund because these are important elements of your overall English 11 online experience. So I hope everybody will be with us. I'm really excited to meet several of you. I've received wonderful pictures and emails thus far. I'm really looking forward to seeing some more of those faces and learning more about you based on the Google Forms. Please make sure if you have a question or concern, you email me. And I can tell you from experience in all my years doing this that those who are in communication with me always do well, and those that simply do not communicate have more difficulty. So please, chat, 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 talk, talk, talk. It's important that we communicate. Please keep in touch at all times. I'm here to help you. And the most important thing you need to remember, your success is my success. And every year, all of my online students have had great success. So be confident and upbeat, but hardworking. Have a great day. Bye.